Greetings and welcome to the Manifestation Culture. I am Christopher D. Williams, and I am your host for this evening. I am so honored and just elated that you took time out of your schedule to come and to be with us on today. Listen, let me tell you, today's guest is nothing short of amazing. Now, I have the privilege of saying that I have known her most of her life, which is, kind of says how old I am. But, either way, I've known her for a very long time, been family friends for years. But this young lady is doing so very, very much. I mean, she is a life coach. She is a massage therapist. She has her own steaming clinic. She just has so much going on. I won't even tell you all about it. I'll just let her talk about this because she is going to bless you on this day. I am honored and elated to bring forth Miss Sawyer. Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome to the Manifestation Culture, Miss Sawyer. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you for having me on the Manifestation Culture.
Absolutely. We wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah. So I am so grateful to have you here. And I'm sure you probably heard in the green room while you were backstage that, I've known you most of your life. Yeah. And it's kind of just wrong to think about that, but it is true. So Listen, let me go ahead and start this out by asking the question. Who is Sawyer?
Sawyer Sawyer is a life coach. She is a daughter. She is a massage therapist. She is a certified womb wellness practitioner. She is a certified herbalist. She is a podcast and content creator. It goes on and on. She's a soon-to-be wife. She's a whole lot. So yes.
Did you say soon-to-be wife?
I said that.
Well, then we're gonna have to meet him. Okay, but either way, that's another story. That's another show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for being with us. But listen, let's go ahead and get into it. When we're talking about, the manifestation culture here, you have accomplished so very much at such a young age because, you're still, in your 20s, I believe?
Last year in my 20s.
Okay, she about to hit 30. Okay, so the thing about it is, with that being said, how did you learn how to stay focused enough in order to start making all of this happen?
Trial and error, because I believe any successful person has went through their amount of failure.
Sure.
But also just believing in your dream, believing in what your calling is, and just continuing to press forward.
Well, listen, here's something about that, because you just talked about your calling, which is a very, very, very great and true statement. There are people that have searched for years and years and years in order to find out what their true calling is, or to find out how to walk into their purpose. How did you find it at such an early age?
It was one of those things where, like I said, trial and error, because as you know, I had a dance studio. I've been a playwright. I've done it all. But I believe a person's true calling is that thing that keeps you up at night, that thing that keeps you going every day. I have a full-time job, but it's something about the other things that I do throughout the day and throughout my entire life that just keep me going. You know, a calling is something, like I said, it's just, it brews on the inside and it doesn't stop brewing. No matter what you go through in life, it's gonna find a way to find you.
Right.
You know, so I feel like that's what it is.
That's the truth. And you just made mention of something which I definitely want to touch on, because I think that's so very key and crucial that people understand. You just said that you have a 9-to-5. And even in the midst of your 9-to-5, you have still done all of this. You still find time to work on your vision. You still find time to manifest your calling. How do you juggle all of that?
Prayer. I know, just remembering what I set out to do. I got this planner back in March, I want to say. It's a prayerful planner, and what it has inside of it has a place for your prayer requests, your scheduling, ideas that you want to do. And this has been helpful along the way, even in the last couple of months, because like me, you always say, we'll schedule stuff and then we got to go back and look at our phone like, okay, dang, I forgot I had to do that.
Right.
So I got multiple devices and multiple books of, okay, I got to do this today. I got to do that today. But when you love something, you make time for it.
Can you say that again? That's real.
When you love something, you will make time for it.
Well, that is the truth. I mean, and you know what? That's true in anything.
Yes.
I mean, that's true in not just your businesses, but in your relationships and in just any and everything else that you come in contact with. I find when you do things that you love, it doesn't seem like it's work. It's just bonus that you're getting paid for it, and that's the crazy thing. So let me ask you, because you made mention of your planner, which I think is really, really cool. How important do you think that planner has been in your life in order to help you push forward? Because there are so many people that are out here that really don't necessarily see the need in writing things down in particular. They feel that they could just go forth and just do whatever they need to do.
Write the vision and make it plain.
Okay.
And I say that only because I got my new car the end of April. I wrote next to the month of April, it says praying for, and at the bottom I said a new car. I wrote that in the beginning of April.
Wow.
I started my job March 8th.
Okay.
By the end of April, I already had a new car.
Oh, have mercy.
You gotta envision. Not only do you have to write the vision, but you have to envision yourself having it.
Okay. Talk to us about the envisioning department.
That's where manifestation comes in. You have to see yourself walking in certain doors, in certain light. And it's also about surrounding yourself with the same type of people that you're trying to, the level you're trying to get to. You can't want to be a billionaire, millionaire, and you still hanging with people who look at you and be like, girl, your dream, or dude, your dream not gonna come true. You wasting time. Keep it moving. You can't hang with people like that, because eventually, if you're not strong enough, you're going to stay where you at.
Mm.
So it's just about envisioning yourself being in a certain type of atmosphere, a certain type of light, a certain type of crowd, and going with it, and not be and doing it scared. You got to do it scared.
Okay. Well, that works for me. Listen. We got to take a small commercial break because we got to pay some bills around here. You understand? So we're gonna go ahead and take a small commercial break. But I know you sticking and staying with us, right?
I am.
Okay. Cool. Listen, we'll be right back with more Miss Sierra Sawyer. The Manifestation Culture is brought to you in part by Matters of the Heart Ministries with T. LaRuth Boston. Jumpstart your day and join us every Tuesday through Thursday morning on the Matters of the Heart Facebook page, where you can come alive at 5:55 a.m. Matters of the Heart Ministries is the place where your heart matters to God. And by Victoria's Collections. For the very best in organic soy candles and home decor, there's no better place to shop online than Victoria's Collections. Don't forget, Father's Day is this month, and you can get the perfect gift for Dad by going to www.victoriascollection.shop. That's www.victoriascollection.shop. Welcome back to the Manifestation Culture. Thank you so very kindly once again for tuning in and being with us. And listen, if you just tuned in, you've already started missing just a tremendous show as it is. We are elated to have Miss Sierra Sawyer. She is a serial entrepreneur. She is very talented, very gifted, and she is accomplishing so many different things. I mean, she is. When you think of the word manifest, she embodies the word manifest. And so we're just honored to have her with us on this show. So listen, Sierra, before the break, we were talking about how you cannot hang around naysayers, if you will. You cannot hang around people that are here to basically tear you down. How important is it, do you feel, that you have to make a shift in your environment?
Oh, it's very important, because if you want to be on a certain level, you yourself got to line up with that level you're trying to be on. You can't want to have all the money but have a small-minded work ethic. You can't want to have the nicest things, and you don't want to get up and go to work. You don't want to grind. You don't want to put the time in. That's I feel like that's important. Like you gotta, like I said, you gotta surround yourself with those type of people that you aspire to be like. It's not about trying to mimic what they're doing, but like, hey, let me take notes from you. Let me see what you're doing that I could do differently. And that's another thing that people have to learn, how to allow people to be in their space,
right,
without feeling like, oh, they just trying to copy me. No, like, sis, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get, on the same level. I don't want to do the exact same thing that you're doing. But hey, how did you come from the same background that I come from, and now you at this level? Like, help me out,
Yeah, I feel you on that. And the thing about it is, so what you're saying in essence, basically, is that, hanging around the wrong type of people will keep you at a certain level, and when you decide that you want to aspire to be greater, then you have to find those people who are on that level of greatness.
Yeah.
And I have found that to be true in many, many, many instances. I mean, it's so crazy because we all go through the shift, if you will, from one point to another point, from one point to another point. We all go through all of that. And every time in your life when you're getting ready to shift into something new, something bigger, better, and greater, there's always that person or people that are there that can help pull you where you're trying to go. But on the same token, then you always have those other people that are trying to pull you to keep you where you are. And that's problematic, because your whole job is to become greater. And if you're trying to become greater, then you have to go where the greatness is, if you will. And that's really cool. So listen, let me ask you this. In a day of Sierra Sawyer getting prepared to work on a particular thing in her vision, what does that look like?
Ooh, light candles, because I love candles. Shout out to Andrea's collection, because I burn the mess out of her candles. Every day I got candles burning. You need that time to reset and rebuild. So every morning, it's whether it's a prayer, whether it's reading a book, listening to the right music. I'm getting myself mentally, because I believe it's all about the mind first. Mind, body, and spirit.
Absolutely.
The mind has to be there in order for you to execute whatever you're trying to do. So get myself mentally prepared, get myself ready, and prayer. Prayer is the essential thing. I don't care what religion, what you have as far as worship, but you have to pray. That's the number one thing. You got to pray, and you got to align yourself with that prayer. Because you gonna have encounters with all kind of negative spirits, negative people. Different things are gonna happen, but you gotta always keep in mind of where you're trying to go and where you're trying to get to.
Okay, so we now know your preparation, which is awesome, by the way, and I agree 100% with the preparation stage. And I also believe that you do have to start, when you talked about envisioning earlier, that you have to basically start with the end in mind. I'm a total believer in that, because before they decide to build a bridge, they've already sketched it out on paper. They know how much weight it's going to hold and all of this other stuff before they even start to build it. So I totally get that. And that is a wonderful thing. But in the midst of your journey, when you were pulling through things, like I know, everything don't always go smooth all the time. There's some bumps in the road. There's some things that just, don't work out like we plan. And sometimes it can really get to you, and it can really bring you down. When you find yourself in that type of situation, what does Sierra Sawyer do?
Pray.
Wow.
And sometimes I got to, call on grandma. Grandma, that song had a praying grandmother. Call on praying grandmother, call on praying mother, and just remember the value that was laid before me. Your values are everything. Your upbringing is everything. Some people aren't fortunate enough to have that, but I was one of those people who was fortunate enough to have grandmamas and church mothers and deacons, all them type of people to be inspirational in my life. And I remember some of those things that were instilled growing up. So I'm not saying that it's it ain't been hard, but having that in mind, it's been easier.
Wow.
To get through a lot.
Wow. And you know what? That is so key. And let me go ahead and do this before I get in trouble. Shout out to your mama. Shout out to your mama, because I don't want to get in trouble. You know how that is. Because she'll beat me down later. But we ain't trying to do all that. But I think it's so amazing to know that, and I know I've made a big deal about knowing you all your life, just about. But it's so impressive to me that you understand the importance of having a positive network around you, because everybody's not rooting for you. People want to see you fail. It's a sad situation, but it's the truth. There are people that don't want to see you win, and that could be because misery loves company or whatever reason. But you have a positive nucleus around you. And what is that like for the people who don't really really quite grasp it. What does that mean to you?
Oh, that's everything. And you shouting out my mama. I have to shout out Miller's Chapel, Peaks Chapel, Crawfordville, because I was fortunate enough where my family, I had family strolled out everywhere when it came to churches. So anytime I had something going on, people were supportive. And I just feel like a person can't make it without support. They can, but they can't. You need at least one person that's like, hey, you could do it. Right. But that nucleus was that growing up, and even now, me being almost 30 and just seeing how, people at Peace Chapel who were supporting me when I was 14, 15 years old, when I was, on a dance ministry, and to still have them now supporting whatever it is I decide to put my hands on. I just believe that's influential to any entrepreneur, any business owner, anybody that's just stepping out on faith, doing whatever their calling is. It's influential.
I would concur with that assessment. That is so amazing. So listen, we got to take another commercial break. Time just be flying. It really do. But we got to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? We got to do that. So because we have to do that, we do need to take these commercial breaks. So listen, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. We're going to be right back with Miss Sierra Sawyer, the serial entrepreneur that she is. And just stick and stay. You don't want to miss this.
Let's face it, we live in a techno-savvy, computerized generation. We live in a generation of uploads, downloads, and apps. All of this sometimes can be very confusing for your audiences that need to hear a message from you. And sometimes we really don't have the time or the patience to deal with it. But guess what? We have something new for you. Yes, introducing Share the Word Network. Yes, Share the Word Network is a network that is on demand and used by just a simple telephone. If your listeners have a telephone, they can hear your message through Share the Word Network. They simply dial in to Share the Word Network, enter in your extension, and on demand immediately they can hear the word that you have to share. Yes, they can be in their home. They might be in their car. They might be at the office. This is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, on demand. Yes, you might be a pastor, you might be a minister, you might be a motivational speaker, a marketer, influence, talk show host, whoever you are, you have a message to share, you can get your word out at Share the Word Network. So come and join us at www.sharetheword.us for further information and join our revolution.
Welcome back to the Manifestation Culture. I am still Christopher D. Williams, and I am still your host for this evening. If you have been tuned in, awesome, thank you. If you just tuned in, awesome, thank you. But listen, make sure you go back and watch this entire segment because Sierra Sawyer, she is a serial entrepreneur. She is involved in so many different things. She has so many different projects that she has done, so many different things that she's doing. And you want to be in tune with how she's laying this stuff out. She's actually giving very good strategies, things that can help propel you into wherever it is that you're trying to go as well. Now, Sierra, listen, because I hate to bring good stuff to a close, but time it right. Is what it is. What's next for Sierra Sawyer? What's next for you? What are you doing next?
Well, I told you I'm a future wife, so the name change, of course, but no, I am tapping into more of the content side of things. I'm tapping into building websites, helping people build their businesses and build their brands, and also just continuing to rebrand myself
Sure.
Because I am, I always tell people, you are your brand. Who
Mhm.
you are, how you present yourself is a brand.
Sure.
So I am rebranding my businesses. I'm merging a lot of things back together. So it's 2021 and beyond. It's a takeover.
I like it. I like it. Now, if somebody wants to get in touch with you on, for their, they want to be, in your life coaching class, or they want to experience your dance ministry, or they want to do, set up massage, or do the yoni steaming, or just all of that. Okay, whatever you do, if they want to get in touch with you, how do they get in touch with you?
You guys can go to my website, www.soulsculpting by C, that is SOUL sculpting BYSI.com.
Give me that one more time.
www.soulsculptingbyc.com.
I love it. That is awesome. So listen, Sierra, I'm going to give you the last 2 to 3 minutes
Okay.
to basically take us out with words of inspiration or things that's going to help to encourage our audience for manifestation. The show is yours at this moment.
Okay, so I'm going to close it out like this. Your life and how your life begins is not how you always end. You could change your routine. Anybody is available for elevation. Just because you started out wrong does not mean you can't end up right. Get around the right people. Surround yourself with good, positive energy. And don't be afraid to walk alone. Don't be afraid to walk alone, because along the way, you're going to meet some people that can encourage you to be and get to where you need to go. So your beginning is not your destination.
Wow. That's mighty powerful. Thank you to our guest, Miss Sierra Sawyer, Soul Sculpting by C. Thank you so much for being with us. We're just elated, and to kick off our very first Manifestation Culture show.
Yeah.
So glad. Yes. Proud moment. Thank you so much. You're so silly. But thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful to you. And I am also grateful to each and every one of you for being tuned in to the Manifestation Culture. Listen, let me tell you, many things will try to stop you from getting where you're trying to go. Do not let yourself be one of those things. Make sure you are not the person that's in your own way. Listen, I am Christopher D. Williams. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am the host of the Manifestation Culture, and we look forward to seeing you again on next week. God bless you.